First off, I'd like to introduce myself as Brian Ruiz. I am the president of the company. Once I started the company, I was 21 years old. I just came out of the Air Force. I did a little bit of a painting work with a buddy of mine who is actually my best friend, and he actually handles all of my marketing. So if you guys ever need a marketing guy, shout out to Micah McLean over there with Search Click Grow. They'll take good care of you. My business has grown tremendously since he's taken over my marketing and advertising, and also my professionalism online has been superb to anything I've ever could imagine my company. But once we got the company started, I proceeded to do it solo with just my wife, and we just decided that we weren't gonna be like the rest of the guys that we see around town putting out subprime work. We're gonna pride ourselves in top shelf work. Unfortunately, like commercial work and the bigger contract work, our business model doesn't work with that. We have to find painters that are highly skilled, highly trained, just a clean-cut person that we can bring into your home and provide you a top-notch service. And that's what Kim and I, we first built this company. That was our foundation. And ever since we've opened it, we've tried to grow, and anytime it just doesn't work and go back into that foundational purpose of being like a top quality painter, we've had to pull back, readjust. It's taken us a long time to find the painters that we do have. We do have to pay them very well. I promise you, they've all had background checks. Everybody is a clean-cut professional that is gonna do top shelf work for you. Yeah, like I just mentioned a second ago, Kim and I, we opened this company up. I was 21 years old. I'm 41 now, so we've been in business for 20 years. We only work in Clay County. We've pretty much built our whole business in Clay County. That's what separates us from most of our competition. Most of our competition is servicing such a big area. It's very hard for the owners and the project managers and the foremen to all really coordinate. And also you don't really get to see those guys too much because they're all across town. We're within about 15-20 minutes of any and all of our work at any given moment. We do offer 3 main services, which is interior painting, exterior painting, and pressure washing and soft washing. Now the difference between interior painting and most other trades is that we're using HEPA vacs. All of our vacs are made by Festool. We swap out our filters once every other week. We're sanding all your walls down, but we're also vacuuming any dust and any debris that are on your walls at that moment. Once we get done with all the sanding in your walls, we are getting to the point of patching and removing switch plates and all that great stuff. When we get to the painting part, we strain all our paint prior to painting, and we only use Sherwin-Williams top shelf paints, and we also use Benjamin Moore top shelf paints. We do not ask for any upfront deposits with our work. Everything we do is 100% warranted and backed by us. And if there is a problem, we're only about 15 or 20 minutes away at any given time, so it's very easy for us to service all of our clients and keep you happy. Now, for the exterior painting, what separates us, the very first step is our soft washing setup. If you can step back over here and just take a look at the investment that we have made. All of these valves right here, these allow us to mix our detergents at different strengths. So if we come to a house that hasn't been cleaned in 15 years, we're gonna have to use a stronger strength to get that house clean again. But if we come to a house like, for instance, most of my customers, after we clean the exteriors, they have us just come back once a year and clean it. We can dial back our solution real minor so that we don't have to kill plants as much. We don't have to be so abrasive on any metals and stuff like that the chemical tends to want to corrode and stuff. So when you step back this way, these are our pressure washers. These do not get used on your home. These get used on all your concrete. These are 8 gallons a minute and at 3,500 PSI. We also have hot water hooked up onto these machines, which really cleans, helps us clean a little bit faster and get some of those oils and greases a little bit deeper. When you come back here, all of our stuff is put on electric reels. This allows our employees, including myself, when we're out there working, not to become so fatigued that we can actually put our energy into the job that we're trying to do, not wrapping up hoses and fighting hoses and all that great stuff. Now, most people will think when they look at this truck that we bring our own water. There is times when we do bring our own water. For instance, HOAs, a lot of the fence lines out there, there is no water source out there. So we may have to fill up water, bring water with us, but at least we have water that we can take out there and get those fences cleaned. May we have to go back and fill up water a couple times a day? Yes, but we can actually get that job done. Versus a traditional pressure washer, he has to be hooked up to a hose source or something like that, and they just can't get that job done. Your sidewalks, anything HOA wise, we can definitely take care of all of that. Residential homes, we can take care of you too. We do it every day. 90% of our work is residential. We do some commercial work, mostly commercial repaints and commercial cleanings. If you come around to the other side of this truck, we have all our safety equipment. We mark our truck so we don't have to worry about people getting, in crashes while we're on the job site. We do bring shovels and squeegees. There's times when you got low spots on the concrete, and with a squeegee, we can pull the water out and get all the dirt out of there versus leaving a puddle at the end of the job. I'm sure everybody's seen that after getting a pressure washing job and you got puddles of water everywhere. Shovels. We bring shovels on the job site, so you get in those drains, most of it's just full of dirt. So we'll shovel it up, throw it in a bag, take the bag with us, and then clean the drain. As we come to this side of the truck, this is our gas-powered soft wash machine. This allows us to clean the house using anywhere between 100 to 200 PSI. We're not having to use, like what these pressure washers are using, anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000 PSI. We're not trying to drive water into your home. We're just trying to clean it. Like I mentioned on the other side of the truck, our truck is equipped with a hot water burner. This allows us to clean a lot more efficiency. If I can compare it to anything, is imagine cleaning your dishes with cold water or cleaning your dishes with hot water. The same theory applies out here. We're not gonna have to clean so hard because we've got the warm water to help us clean with it. When you come over to this side of this truck, it is fully stocked to where we can actually bring out a whole crew with us. We don't have to have 4 or 5 cars coming to a job site because there's only one truck. We usually bring a whole crew with us in this truck, so we're not in like those tight confined areas in the neighborhood where we're taking up the whole road because we've got so many people at your house when we can just bring them with us. All of our guys work directly for us. We don't do any subcontracting. The only subcontracting work we do is we have our stucco work that the stucco guy just knows how to refinish some of the holes and cracks way better than we do. And so we rather bring him in there, get that portion of the job done for us, and then we can come in there and get the rest of the painting done. Most painters, they have the ability to do the stucco patching, but my stucco guy, he just gets everything to blend to where you usually can't even find out where the patch had to be at. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys on the pressure washing and soft washing side. But we also do painting, and all of our trucks are wrapped. Like I said, everyone that works for the company, it is utilizing a fully equipped truck. There's challenges every day, but the overall challenges is just trying to find the right people to do the job right the first time. Luckily, Kim and I, we vetted out and we have a really good crew and they're happy with us. So we're not stressing so much about finding more employees, and we're kind of at a point where we're very comfortable with where we're at, and we don't know if we need to find too many more at this point. So that was a big struggle for us, but we've been able to overcome that, and so we can service our customers the best we can. I guess one that sticks out, it wasn't a fancy job, and it was about 15 years ago. We had a gentleman that, he was an elderly gentleman, elderly vet, and he was a hoarder, and he had the whole yard full of printing presses. I mean, I'm telling you, these printing presses were they were so big. When we got there, the city was telling him that they were gonna take his house because the whole yard was full of these presses, and the inside was just packed. Like there was only a pathway maybe about 12 inches wide to get through the place. And I remember just being fresh out the military, and I was still hanging out on base with a couple of my buddies, and I told them about it. And that next Sunday morning, we all showed up to his house with a trailer, and we just started hauling everything out. And we were able to get some salvage money for the material, like from recycling the metal, and we were able to give it back to him. And we were able to pretty much in one day, get that guy, the problem of the city trying to take his house, get him, back. We even cut his grass for him. I would say do your research. Pressure washing seems to be something that most people just they call a bunch around and they try to find the lowest price, and they don't really check to see what kind of credentials this person has. Anyone coming with a pressure washer can do a lot more damage to your home than, you know, what they're gonna clean. They can break window seals, they can start taking paint off, they can clean it unevenly, so like this paint striping, now you need to get a new paint job. There's a lot of good pressure washing companies out there, and I know we're one of the best out here, but that would probably be my biggest concern, is like really doing your research and maybe asking a couple friends, seeing who else you know has maybe done it. I mean, most of us have to have our houses clean. That would be my biggest concern on the pressure washing. As for painting, not all painters are equal. I mean, it's the same thing if you look at a piece of artwork on a wall. You know, you have two different artists making two different paintings. They're just not the same. When you have painters on the job site, if you have a painter that doesn't have a lot of experience, he hasn't run into a lot of the problems yet, so he's going to be trying to figure those out on your project, versus a painter that has a lot of experience. He's already ran into these problems in the past, and he knows how to work around them and keep the job flowing. So I would say experience is something I'd be looking for in a painter more than such the price. My future goals is to transition the business into my children, let them raise their families on it, let them bring some fresh blood in here, let them, you know, grow with the company. It'll be fun for me to go into my retirement years just watching them doing it and helping them, you know, throughout the process, and see where they can take the company. I've taken it to here, and I really want to see where they're going to help me take it to the next step.
Okay.
Oh, wow. My team is everything. Like me, I have visions, I have plans, I have dreams. Without them, none of that comes true. Everybody in my circle has to pull their own weight for this all to work, and it's my job to lead them. And my team is led well, but they also perform on a level that I couldn't ask for anything more out of. I love driving around town and showing all my family and friends all the different buildings that we've painted. I really take pride in the relationships that I get to build. Because we work only in Clay County, I'm so focused here that I feel like everywhere I go, I have a friend. So I really enjoy meeting and getting to socialize, and I guess to spend time with a lot of good people that in this county. But I'd say the best of the best is the reveal. Like when I get done with a room, or I get done with the exterior of a house, or I get done cleaning the house, is when they get to sit back and they get to look at the house and be like, wow. The face I get week in, day out, over and over, it never gets old. I'm so glad that I'm a painter, that at the end of the day, there's something to actually visually see with my job, because it makes me proud when I'm driving around town, I get to show it off to my family. We offer commercial and residential painting. We do interior and exterior painting. We do cabinet painting. We do pressure washing and soft washing. We can pretty much clean any facility that you throw our way. We're a top-notch painting service that just happens to do cleaning because we started doing it when we had a pressure wash before we started painting.